Hi, everybody. Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. I really do. Happy Thursday. All downhill now to the weekend now. Hope everyone is safe and well. If new Andy, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. As always, we bring to you the Hammers headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Check out the forum at the moment. Very hot topic about David Moyes' tenure at West Ham. It's getting a bit tetchy in the forum, but check it out. It's good fun. And I bring with you the 22nd of September's edition of Hammers headlines. 3 stories. The first one involves internationals, and obviously at lunchtime today I did a show where we went through all those 11 first team players on international, or current first team players on international duty at the moment. And unfortunately, there's a story which may affect one of them, and arguably probably our star signing this summer. I'd say out of everyone, I think he's the one who's obviously had more game time than all the others. But the 26-year-old Tio Kehler, who turned 26 yesterday, happy birthday, Tio. Obviously, has made himself somewhat of a fan favourite already. A couple of man of match performances. Everyone ready this season. Firm favourite also of the German boss Hans Flick. Who always sounds like he should be in Hello Hello, to be honest. Who's used him more than any other player since taking over from Joachim Low. And obviously, Thilo is in the latest German squad. However, breaking news from Sky Sports concerning the German camp, and also will concern West Ham as well. There's been a COVID outbreak in the German camp with 2 players already affected. Manuel Neuer and Leon Goretzka have tested positive for COVID-19, have been sort of isolated from the rest of the camp and the rest of the squad. But you'd have seen in that they showed like filming of the training, and obviously Goretzka and Neuer were very much mingling with the rest of the squad. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Obviously, there isn't any official isolation periods now in England for COVID, but West Ham would want to keep a very, very, very close eye on that if he does contract. Just our bloody luck, innit? If Moyes don't need anything else to worry about, he's arguably his best player, his most consistent player since the beginning of the season, could have COVID, but we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens. It's only just 2 of them, but it may be a developing story to keep an eye on. But obviously we won't play until the Wolves game on the 1st, so we've got over a week and a half till then. Let's move on and talk about Benny Boy Johnson. Anton covered this yesterday, but I just thought I'll just add to it a little bit more as well. According to several sources, his contract negotiations have stalled. His representatives in West Ham were believed to start negotiations, but there's been no progress at all yet. That's according to several sources, including Clarence Hugh. The 22-year-old made 64 first-team appearances currently for West Ham. He's currently sidelined with injury, obviously. The injury sustained against Aston Villa last month. He's still got 2 years left in his contract. If you remember, last year there was a big sort of hoo-ha about his contract negotiations, and West Ham already had a 2-year option, or sort of 3 option or something like that, which they exercised last season. So he's still got a couple of years left, but he's 22. He's now an England under-21 international, so there'll be plenty of suitors for his signature if he decides to run his contract down and leave after in 2 years' time. Apparently, the idea is we're getting back in with negotiations around Christmas time during the World Cup sort of lull, so to speak, in the Premier League. But we'll see what happens there. I think we'd need, hopefully, a dramatic upturn in form as well, because they are more likely to then splash the cash, really, if we not look like we're in the relegation zone by then. But we'll see what happens with Benny Boy Johnson, but worth keeping an eye on that. There's several other players that obviously we're looking at. Thomas Souček as well, with negotiations with his contract as well. So there's a lot. And obviously I think Anton, I think it was yesterday, he did a whole show about it. And there's 10 players entering the last year of the contract. Obviously some have got additional, so like Sufal, for example, has another 2 years on his, and Fabianski has another year on his current deal. But interestingly, moving on, talking about Fabianski and the goalkeeper situation, we've barely shut the door on September, on the transfer window for summer, and the January transfer window is starting to creak open with some rumours, and here's the first one. Bono to headline the January transfer window for West Ham. Who knows? Well, according to my favourite Spanish news outlet, Fichas.net, West Ham are in the race to sign the Sevilla #1 goalkeeper. Yacine Bono, or also he's just called Bono, that's his nickname. The 31-year-old, described as one of the best goalkeepers in La Liga for several years, has been an ever-present for Sevilla and even scored for the club in the 2021 season to earn a draw in La Liga. He's apparently, West Ham thought to be watching the Moroccan international. Moroccan, we've already signed one Moroccan, haven't we, in Naya Figuered. So they're watching very closely, potentially making a move in January, if not the end of the season, when Lucas Fabianski will be 31. So, interesting. This is an interesting tidbit. Apparently it's us and Leeds are both looking at him as well. You would have seen, obviously, his exploits when we played them in the Europa League last season. His contract runs out in 2024. He's been capped 43 times by Morocco. He'll be going to the World Cup as well. And with his contract on the running down, Sevilla may be forced to sell him, which has put the West Ham hierarchy and Leeds on red alert. Red alert? Alert, that's it. Obviously, we signed Areola on a permanent deal last season in the summer transfer window, and he's been extremely patient to wait behind Lucas Fabianski. But it looks now they want to replace him before he's properly arrived. It seems maybe, or maybe it's a case of maybe with Fabianski coming to the end of his. It might be Areola and Bono moving forward. Particularly, also don't forget Darren Randolph's contract is running out as well. So an interesting one. Obviously he'll be much younger than Fabianski in terms of a backup and challenger to Areola next season. I'm quite interested, and then maybe with a up and coming goalkeeper like maybe a Nathan Trott, who's currently on loan in Denmark. I want to say Vejli. He played 90 minutes the other day and kept a clean sheet in the 2-0 victory, I think, at the weekend. So it could be a nice compromise. Obviously Areola I can see transitioning into that number 1 jersey this season. Now, as I said, Fabianski has a 1-year contract with another option of us take another year on top. So maybe it might be a case of actually he out with the old, in with the new, although he's 31, but you know what I mean. Could be quite interesting. He's a very good goalkeeper, that's for sure. And Moroccan as well, he's already got we can get the full rundown on the side from Mr. Agard, who hopefully will be back. He's training, isn't he? So we'll see. I reckon you'll see him post-World Cup, in all honesty. And that's it today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much. Can I just draw your eyes to tonight? Hopefully, if technical difficulties are resolved and stuff like that, we have got Don Hutchinson on tonight. Don Hutchinson live, doing a My Hammers 11, taking your questions live. That'll be tonight, 9 p.m. UK time, so keep an eye out for that. That's what we're very hopeful. And also we've got another ex-player lined up for next week, and the week after we've got a celebrity hammer lined up as well. We're keeping you busy during the international break, and in October you'll be sick of us because there's 9 games and we do all the content and stuff like that. But anyway, take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm. It's got nippy in Hornchurch, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Ta-ta for now, my friends. Bye-bye.